Welcome to the City Current Radio Show. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're always honored to bring you inspiring stories of individuals and organizations making a difference, empowering the good in our community. And we're kicking it off talking about powering the good with education, Peer Power Foundation. We're joined by our good friend, Cortney Richardson. He is the Chief Marketing and Community Engagement Officer with Peer Power Foundation. How are you doing, Cortney?
I am absolutely fantastic. So happy to be back with you, Jeremy Park.
Absolutely. Well, you yourself do so much good for our community, and Peer Power Foundation does as well. You have a big event coming up that we'll talk about here in a little bit, but give us a little bit of background just so we understand when you talk about Peer Power Foundation. Go ahead and dive in. Give us a little history lesson for the work you do.
So Peer Power Foundation is 17 years old. We started at East High School. Our founder is Charlie McVeigh, who actually passed away this year, 2021. And so we're still going, pushing his mission. And the mission is to empower young people in public schools to take full control of their futures and helping them maximize what they have intrinsically inside of them. And so what we do is we hire college students and we place them inside of the classrooms there in public high schools so that we could decrease the adult to student ratio. You know, with 30 students in a classroom, it's really hard to give students that individualized attention. And so we put 2 to 3 college students in a classroom so that we could shrink that adult to student ratio from 1 to 30 to 1 to 10. And we've seen many great results, and we're excited to serve the needs of those students who otherwise would be forgotten because oftentimes we focus on elementary school students and very seldomly on preparing those high school students for their next level. And Peer Power has gotten into that high school space, and we said, listen, it's not too late to really help those young people, help navigate them and get them where they really can be.
You've had tremendous success, so we'll talk about that. Some of the numbers that stand out, just looking at your stats, 1.32 million hours of tutoring and mentoring. So almost 1.5 million hours of tutoring and mentoring, 10,000 high school students served, and more than $5 million in Tennessee Hope scholarships. And so when you look at the impact, there's a lot of statistical success. Mm-hmm. Give me maybe one or two that stand out for you that are either statistical or non-statistical, but when you talk about the impact and the success, give us a little bit of what puts a smile on your face.
You know, I love the data because the data helps us tell our story to a broader audience that believes in numbers. And so you've given some very powerful statistics there. Our ACT Prep University program that we've been doing for several years now helps students increase their composite ACT score on average by 3.1 points. And so 3.1 points could be the difference between having to borrow money to go to college or getting scholarships to go to college. And so we love the fact that we can help produce young people who don't have to borrow money so that when they graduate from college, they are ready to go into the world without having the being a slave to debt. And so that's another stat, and that's a very realistic reality that we create for those young people. But I'm also reminded of the young people like Bernard. Bernard was a student at Whitehaven High School who was a recipient of Peer Power. He had a success coach, and then he went off to college. And every summer when he came back, he worked with Peer Power, and he became a teacher in Shelby County Schools. And he started to teach, giving what we gave him to other folks. Well, we had an opening in our organization for Bernard to lead a cohort of success coaches. And Bernard now works for us as a program director. And so I'm happy that we can produce our own leaders, right? Sign of a healthy organization is whether or not you can produce your own leadership. And so we're so excited and happy for Bernard.
And that also illustrates too, I think, the synergy and the win at all levels. So you've got the win of the college student stepping in and serving as a mentor. So the student wins because they can see someone that's relatively close to their age who's in college. It paints the picture for them of, okay, I'm learning, I have a role model, I have a mentor, but I also can see myself in their shoes in college. So it creates that connection. Obviously, the teacher in the classroom, they have extra help. They can customize the approach and make, success even more achievable. So you get that piece of it for the teacher, the classroom, the student. But then for the success coach, they get to step in and build those relationships and also themselves learn how to be a successful teacher and coach and role model and mentor. And Absolutely. So it carries forward. And I think that's the big ripple effect that Peer Power Foundation is creating at all levels.
All levels. Dr. David Rudd, who's the current president at the University of Memphis, said it's not just the student that's being helped. The helper is being helped as well. What we're seeing is not only are we producing teachers from our program, the college students that work in classroom become educators, we're also seeing that our college students, our success coaches, are gaining skills that helps them transition from college to other businesses and places of employment. And they have those soft skills, they have those people skills, and they also have, because we are data driven, they also have the mind that a lot of businesses want these days. They want young people who can look at the data and then make decisions based off the data. So the people skills, the soft skills, the data-driven mindset, the experience, it makes them great employees no matter where they go. So it is rewarding. It is absolutely rewarding to have seen this for 17 years, Jeremy. I've been with the organization since the beginning. So many of my peers, some of them are engineers, they are top execs in Amazon even. And we started this tutoring program and they walked in ahead of the game. And so I would say to any business person that's on this call today, if you want somebody to walk in and you want them to be able to hit the ground and run, they can contact us so that we can help with their pipeline. Everybody needs to hire right now, right? Everybody is hiring. So we are a good pot to pull from.
Absolutely. Before we talk about the upcoming event, it's an opportunity for the public to come out and support your efforts and obviously learn more as well. Give me one more thing that you wish everyone knew about Peer Power Foundation.
That's a really good question. I know what makes us different is that we affect the lives of students during the day. A lot of times when you hear about programs that seek to assist students, they're after-school programs or they are weekend programs. Well, the truth is the students who really need the extra support, they are battling with so many things at home, and it's a barrier many times for them to get back to school or stay after school. And so Peer Power has the ability to identify those students while they are already captured during the day, and we help move that needle forward. And so we don't take the easy work, right? Charlie, our founder, was a businessman, and he recognized the importance of tackling the hard issues. And so Peer Power tackles the hard issues. What about that 11th grade student that does not have the literacy skills, the traditional literacy skills? What do we do with that young man? What do we do with that young lady? Well, what we've done is we've decided let's connect these young people with some skills-based professions, because they may not matriculate to college, but they could be the folks that we call when our air condition goes down, when we have a leak in our homes. When the air condition goes out in our southern heat, what we don't ask is, where do you get your degree? We don't ask for your resume. We say, how soon can you get here? And so Peer Power is not just helping send students to college, but we're also helping to send students to those other essential jobs that really America was built upon. America was not built upon college graduates. It was built upon skilled labor, and those are very honorable jobs to have. And so we're helping to change that picture and trajectory for young people.
Absolutely. And to your point, those careers pay a lot of money. They're very lucrative,
Mm-hmm.
and those companies are hiring so quickly. So tons and tons of job opportunities. So I agree 100%. Let's go ahead and talk about the race across the river. So it's November 6th. It's the Peer Power Foundation, your 5th annual Big River Crossing race. It's a half marathon and 5K. And so give us a little background on just the basics for this, and then we'll talk about how we can plug in.
The Big River Crossing is here in Memphis. It's downtown Memphis, and it is a bridge that goes from Tennessee to Arkansas. So it is the longest pedestrian bridge across the Mississippi River, right? And we're excited because this 5th year is our opportunity to have the 5K and half marathon cross this bridge. You know, when you run for Peer Power, it is symbolic of the fact that Peer Power helps to get young people across the finish line of high school and helps them get to their next place, right? And so that's what we're doing. We're running as a symbol of what we do every day inside of the schools.
And I love the fact too that you're teaming up. And so you've got a very large group coming out that is both competitive and non-competitive. So it's competitive, but it's also fun. And so you've got the family friendly side, and you have those who are obviously the enthusiasts as well. So you get a little bit of everything.
You get a little bit of both. We're excited to have Memphis Runners Track Club partner with us again this year. They have a road race, a runner series, and our race is a part of that series. And so we're excited to have those half marathoners, and some of them are going to run in the 5K. They will be there to run. And we're also partnering with other organizations here and other fitness clubs and running clubs. Black Men Run in Memphis are going to be a part of what we do. So we're excited to have everybody. We're going to have even some high school track clubs. Track teams are going to be there running. Last year and years prior, we had runners, students, and track clubs from Mississippi and from Arkansas and Missouri. So this is really a regional race. And you get to check 2 states off. I know a lot of people like to run and say, I ran a marathon in California, and then I'm going to go to Arizona and run. Well, we get the opportunity to run in Tennessee and Arkansas all in one. So it's a double whammy, as they say.
So obviously with any sort of nonprofit supported event, you have opportunities for sponsorships and engagement. Talk about the fundraising aspect of this.
Yes. So this is our fundraiser, and it helps to power the good, as you say, often. And so we have several different fundraising opportunities. We have our title sponsorship is still out there. We also have some finish line and our stage sponsorships are out there. And we have in-kind sponsorship opportunities as well, whether it's marketing or whether it's ice. People need ice. People need Gatorades. People need power bars. Whatever it is, there's a myriad of opportunities for folks to sponsor and to really be a part. And really, this sponsorship says that I am willing to invest in the future generation. I'm willing to impact at an early age those that will join the workforce. And so that's what we need. We need businesses to come alongside of us to help power the work that we do. That's what we need. That's what we need.
And then give a little bit of a description when you talk about a full year outside of this event, how companies can financially support volunteerism. What are some other ways that we can support your efforts?
You know, there are just so many ways that organizations can get plugged in. Of course, financially, we're always looking for philanthropic dollars to help maybe sponsor a specific school. If you want to say, you know, I was a graduate of East High School, and you want to say, listen, I want to give $10,000, and I want to give that $10,000 so that I can provide 1,000 tutoring hours in an academic year. You want to do $250,000 and you want to give an entire year of tutoring for a school. That's an opportunity there. But then we have opportunities for $1,000, $500 to supply a pencil for a group of students, to supply paper for students. And, you know, I know that everybody uses computers now, but studies show when students write things down, when they use paper, they retain things better. And so even those sponsorships, whether it's $5, $500, whatever it is, those are opportunities to really help us move the needle. You know, the last thing I'll say about that is you know, the large donations matter, but even the small, consistent donations matter. So you can go to our website, which is peerpowerfoundation.org, and become a monthly donor. You can give $10, $15, $20, $25, $50, $100 a month makes a difference. If we have, from this call, Jeremy, if we have 100 people sign up to be a monthly donor at $25 per month, we would be moving that needle as individuals in this community. Say, listen, I'm willing to invest in the future of young people. And that's what's needed. That's what's needed.
Absolutely. Well, you mentioned the website. Go ahead and mention it again, because that's also where everyone can find out more information. Once again, it's November 6th is the event. Peer Power Foundation presents its 5th annual Big River Crossing race. So the half marathon and 5K. Go ahead and mention again the website, where we go to learn more.
If you go to our website, peerpowerfoundation.org, on the homepage, you will see our 5th annual Peer Power Big River Crossing race, which is a half marathon and 5K. The half marathon registration is only $55. The 5K is only $30. You also can be a virtual participant for the half marathon, $45, virtual 5K, $25. Sponsorship opportunities are there online as well. But all of the information that you will need, you can find it at our website, peerpowerfoundation.org.
Well, Cortney, always a pleasure. Good seeing you, buddy. Thank you for all you and your amazing team do. Thank you for coming on the show.
Jeremy Park, thank you for having me, and have me back anytime.